So it's been a while since I've done another video to the My Journey series. If you didn't watch the first two, I don't know, I guess you might want to watch those first. You might not. I guess as far as my journey, if the first one was about our decision to go ahead and have my tubal ligation reversed to have try to have another child, and the second one was about the actual surgery and whether or not it was successful. I guess I felt like, well, the third one probably should be when we get pregnant, but we're not. Calm down, we're not. Well, that might be a while. And I thought, I think Brian has said stuff about Evan's death, and I haven't said a lot about it. Number one, when I talk about it, I don't know how I'm going to react. And I don't like to show emotion, so I worry about getting emotional. And then I worry about not showing emotion because I don't know that everybody could understand that, because I've had people, when I've talked about Evan or I've talked about his death, even the day of his death, ask me, how can you talk without getting upset? And I don't think you can understand what a person is going through when this happens unless you've been there. And even if you have been there, nobody experiences it the same. One of the things that I've read about is that parents, a lot of times mothers, sometimes need to talk over and over again about the moment that it happened, either the moment they found out, just the moment of the death. One of the things I told Brian was, well, maybe my next video around maybe around his death anniversary in February should be telling the story of that day, of when I came to daycare that day. And Brian said no, that I shouldn't do that because people can't handle that. I have mixed feelings about that because I think, okay, I was there, I'm his mother, and I handled it. I mean, so if I want to talk about it, I should be allowed to talk about it, and people should be, they can press stop if they don't want to hear it. But I understand what he's saying. There's parts of it that maybe I could say, and the reason why I'm thinking about it tonight is because when I was putting Cameron to bed, somehow Evan was brought up. I think we were reading a book, and I said something about God or heaven, and so he started asking about God and heaven. He asked why I was crying, and when he says that, when he asks that, he's referencing the day that Evan died. And I know this because of other conversations that we've had, but here, this is a year ago, he's only 3, and he's remembering or having memories of that day. And so it just brought me back to that day and this past year. There's certain things that I guess maybe I can say without it being so horrible for people to hear. For the past year, I have not been able, when I go to pick up Cameron from daycare, because if you don't know, that's where Evan passed away during a nap. Passed away. I hate that. Died. That's where Evan died, during a nap. I don't know. I hate passed away. I hate being nice about it. It's not nice. When I go to pick up Cameron, I cannot park in the same spot that I parked that day. I have no idea why. Something inside me feels like if I park in that same spot, I'm going to walk through the door and have the same series of events happen. For almost a year now, have slept with one of Evan's toys in my bed. I used to hold it, and I don't hold it as much anymore. It just lays there. I don't know why. I can't take it out. And there's certain things I can't bring myself to do. I can't bring myself to not have anything about Evan on my YouTube page. I have like this fear that if I take everything off about him, almost like people won't know who I am. Think about that day a lot. Don't think about it in a lot of detail. I think some of the reason why I've been able to talk about it to people is and tell them the story of that day and what happened is because I think I immediately removed myself from that day. I stepped outside of myself and I watched. From the moment I walked in the door and was told something was wrong with him, and I ran back and saw him, like that moment, I was like above and watching everything. I stepped back and didn't admit it and didn't and just watched it. I told myself this would not be a rambling vlog, and it is. So anyway, why is this part 3 of my journey? Because where we are right now in my journey toward having another child and having a child after losing a child is basically we are just working on getting to that emotional spot where we feel we're ready. We need to get past the year death anniversary. So that's why I haven't posted anything about my journey, because there's nothing happening about my journey. And again, I know in this video I wasn't overly emotional and I didn't get emotional, and I guess people will think that, I don't know, people will think what they want to think. And until you've been there, you don't know. I didn't know. And I don't know what other people go through when they go through this. It's all different. If you're still watching, which you probably turned it off a long time ago, because if you're like me, you don't like long, drawn-out vlogs. Maybe you do. I don't know. Thanks. And thanks for subscribing. And thanks for watching.